Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Well, this is the no bullshit edition of the Joe Boo Sports Report. You're probably wondering, what are you doing? Where the hell are you? It's hard to believe exactly where I am, but I am at Oxen Cove Park. Right over there, you might be able to hear some of the traffic of one of the busiest corridors in the United States. That's Interstate 495, 95, which is the corridor from New York all the way down to Florida. Pretty much, if you're buying something that comes on a tractor trailer, it's probably gone up and down that road here. Right over here, you'll see kind of the beginning of a building, MGM Grand International Hotel, Resort, and Casino. Over this way, over that rise, is the Potomac River National Airport and the Washington Monument and everything that is Washington, D.C. Right here, a park that's been here for a long time. In fact, a historic park. Back in the day, this was a tobacco farm. My ancestors were probably slaves here. And this may eventually become the home of the Washington football team. What may be a big blow for the state of Virginia having the dreams of having the Washington football team, and why it may end up being right here at this point, is because the state of Virginia, which actually has a stadium committee, they converted the committee that was originally set to help bring the Nationals to Virginia and build a stadium for them, has now become the Washington Commanders Relocation Group. The state of Virginia, much like Maryland, of course, wants to get the Washington football team. The state of Virginia has decided that they're going to reduce the amount of funding that they were going to do from $1 billion going to the Washington Commanders to cover one of possibly three sites, of potential sites to build a stadium, down to $350 million. That's right. One of the biggest organizations in the world, the National Football League, we the fans not only pay exorbitant prices for us to be there at the games, we also pay for the stadiums as well. And what looks like money talks and BS walks, DC has pretty much decided that they're not going to get into the fray of trying to bring it back to DC at the old RFK site. They're okay with not spending that money. Maryland has already proposed one location, of course, being right where FedEx Field is now, and being a complete complex that's beyond just the football stadium, and that they're hoping that the revenue that's created from building basically a football city will help pay for the costs that they will spend in having it. Now, for the team itself, the thing that's intriguing about this location being that it is up on a rise, seeing that you can see the planes taking off from the National Airport, being able to see the sight lines of Washington, D.C. You can imagine Monday Night Football, being able to look from the top of the stadium, seeing that whole D.C. skyline, having the MGM Grand right there where you can just go in and gamble all your money away, having Interstate 495 and the Beltway right there. The drawback for this site, of course, is there's no Metro stop here. Metro stop is not close by. And of course, you're going to make these guys homeless. So, it's the first time I've actually been to this park. I didn't know this park actually existed, but it's pretty cool. It's actually very beautiful when you think about all of the people that are literally around this area, that this park exists. So, I guess this would be progress if the Washington football team were to build a stadium here, or would it? We'll see what happens with the Washington Commanders I'm going to take a little walk around here and look at the sights. I hope that you stay here on the video and take a look at what we see here, because this might change dramatically in the coming years. You know, this is kind of interesting for me because I'm actually looking at this house was actually built about the same time, early 1800s, as the red brick house was. And so we're looking at something that is old as something that I actually have. I want to take a look at the bricks and the mortar while I'm here. Of course, you see the 4 chimneys because that would have been the heating and everything that's in there. It's been painted. Lime mortar. Wow. Big bee's nest right there. This is really cool. And as you can look this way, there is the Potomac River heading up to the DC skyline. You can see the buildings way up there. That would be Crystal City and Roslyn. And Old Town Alexandria is over there. Wow. So, what do you guys think? Should the Washington football team come right here? Perfect location wise for everything. Only thing standing in the way. Only thing standing in the way, of course. Only thing standing in the way is a little bit of history and some animals. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I appreciate you guys watching and being part of the Jobu Sports Report, trying to bring you guys a little different side of the sports. I'll see you soon. Wow. I'm pooped. This was cool. When I did the last clip there were some of the park rangers that were here. And as I was leaving, I was saying, this is an incredible park that I had no idea was here. The only reason I found out about this park being here was because the Washington football team tweeted out that this should be a location for it. And I'm so glad that I actually came here, because this park, if you actually come here, seeing that house that was built around the same time as the red brick house, we actually walked all the way down with one of the park rangers. He showed me how you get down to the cove and stuff. And when you get down to the cove, you're going to look across and you can see Old Town Alexandria. You can look up the Potomac River and things. There's a whole cove down there. And there's actually, on the fourth weekend of the month, they have garbage pickups. I'm going to make a point of coming back there. And it's great trails to walk here. But this is one of those pieces of history. You know, I'm an old soul. I know most people don't give a rat's ass about history. They could care less. But if this space gets bulldozed over for the Washington Commanders, that'd be a travesty. I know people don't care about history, and people are trying to sugarcoat history and only teach you about the good things about history. Well, I hate to tell you, your history is your history. You can't sugarcoat it. You got to understand every bit of your history and learn from it. If you don't, you're going to be making the same mistakes over and over again. And that is a fact. I am a better person right now from having seen this and getting a different perspective of, hey, the Washington football team may get a nice new stadium that come 9 games a year that they can play in. Yeah, but at what cost? I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I appreciate you guys. And this is definitely enlightening. Never knew it was here, and that's a travesty. Shout out to all the park rangers that take care of the park over there. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. And some of you kids out there, you young bucks that are always in the inside playing with the PlayStation, all that stuff, get your ass outside and take a look at the environment around you, because there's treasures right around the corner from you that you don't know exist. Peace.